Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So many of you have been asking me to do a video on how you can turn your strategy to trade boom and crash. So unfortunately, nobody has really said what strategy are you using to trade boom and crash. So, but I will just go ahead and I will just create a video showing you how you can easily do it. Uh, Unfortunately, I have not renewed my subscription for Fxdreema, so I cannot do this in MetaTrader 5. I will use the free version, which is MetaTrader 4, because it's a really simple robot that you can actually make, and hopefully it can make you some money trading boom and crash. So what we have on our chart here, if you have traded these synthetic indices, is boom 1000. We already know that it loves to spike up. It loves to spike up on the 1 minute time frame, and not so clear on the 5 minute. It's okay on the 5 minute. You can use the 5 minute. 15 minute, no. So you'll be able to use this on the 5 minute and the 1 minute, depending on your preferences. So our simple strategy is very simple. Is what we are going to try and wait for a spike, because these spikes are hard to catch. You already know that if you've been trading synthetic indices. These spikes, you cannot catch them. They are hard to catch. So the only thing that we can bank on is actually these smaller retracement candles, and also the same on crash 1000 or crash 500. So when it's crash, the spikes are actually spiking down, and these smaller candles are actually going this way. So our strategy is going to be simple. We're going to wait for a spike, and what we are going to do is to try and catch this candle or this candle and this candle. Then we get out of the market. That's it. So how do you do that in Fxdreema? That's what I'm going to show you. That's what we are going to try and do. Remember, these spikes come at any moment, so you decide whether you want to just catch one candle, or you want to catch three, or you want to catch four. It's basically up to you, and it's going to depend on the time frame that you are actually using. So as a tip, if you are using the 5 minute time frame, for example, you'll probably want to, where's my tools? I'm looking for tools. I'm looking for the drawing tools. Okay. This. Let's try to use that. But I think I took the wrong one. Let's see. Yes, I'm looking for this. I was looking for that. So what you'll probably want to do is to come, and what you want to do is actually to get an idea of the average candle size on boom and crash. If you're going to trade crash, if you're going to trade boom, if you're going to use this strategy that I've just given you, what you want to do is have an idea of the average candle size, so that we only capture that one candle. At least that one candle, what is at least guaranteed. At least it's guaranteed. We cannot guarantee whatever is going to happen afterwards, but at least this first candle, let's hope it's guaranteed. So we just want to have an idea of the average size of that candle in points or pips. There we can see this candle is actually around 40,000 points. So that's the knowledge that you want to have. If you are trading the 1 minute time frame, obviously you just want to have an idea of that, and it's about 10,000 points. It's just 9,000 points. But remember, these small candles look the same to you on the eye, but some of them, they are actually smaller. This looks smaller. Yes, it's actually 6,000. So what you want to do now is to gauge and it's up to you, maybe through testing and stuff. So you want to have an idea of the average candle size, whether you're going to be trading the 1 minute time frame or you're going to be trading the 5 minute time frame. So how are we going to trade this? We are going to try and catch this candle after a spike. That's what we want to do. A candle after a spike. A candle after a spike. That's what we're going to try to do. So let's go to Fxdreema. Okay, so we are now in Fxdreema. If you are new to Fxdreema, there might be an example robot here. You can just highlight everything and what you right click and you delete. Then we start together on a clean sheet. Uh, this is just a previous robot that we did. You can watch the previous video, the video before this one. Once you finish watching this one, you can just go and watch that one. So I'm not going to go into again because I love to keep things simple. I'm not going to go into constants and stuff. Maybe I'll just show you how to use constants and variables some other day. But to keep things simple, we want to go to on tick because we want our robot to work as the ticks are coming into our chart. So we are going to go to the section that says on tick. Then what I love to do is first of all to have filters. Not here, sorry. But it doesn't really matter what I'm looking for. It doesn't really matter the the filter that I'm looking for. It doesn't really matter. This is just a safeguard. No trade. We are just telling the robot to check if it has not yet placed any other trades prior. Sometimes if you don't put this no trade block, the robot will continue taking 100 trades. So let's just put in this no trade block in there. So the robot will know that if it placed a previous trade and that trade is still active, it's not going to place a new trade. So that's that. And then we are going to go for our conditions. We're going to go to various signals. So what we're going to need, if it's crash, we're going to need a bull. Sorry, if it's I'm now confusing myself. If it's boom, we need a bull candle. If it's crash, we need a bear candle, the spike candle. That's what we are setting here. So if it's boom, we are going to need that bull candle. So this is basically how you just connect your. Now I'm taking the wrong thing. This is how you just do these things in Fxdreema. Very simple. You don't need any coding. Just placing blocks and putting in the conditions and voila. So our condition is that when we get a bull candle, we are going to sell. That's our condition. When we get a bull candle, we are going to sell. And when we get a bearish candle in crash, we are going to buy. That's the simple strategy that we're going to use here. So let's go back to Fxdreema. So we have our bull candle there, and candle ID. Yes, definitely we want it to be the previous candle that just closed, which is candle 1. Candle 0 will be your current candle, but candle 1 will be the candle that just closed. Signal type, let's leave it at continuous. I think minimum body size will test this. It's actually in pips, so it's actually good because it's minimum. So we can just leave it like that. So we know already that these spikes are more than 5 pips. So we'll just leave a minimum 5 pips there. And time frame, we'll leave it at current, or because we are trading 1 minute and 5 minute only, you can set it at 1 minute, or you can set it at 5 minutes. It's up to you, but we'll just leave everything as it is there. And the same deal with the back candle. We are not going to change much. If you want to change anything, you can always come back to Fxdreema and change everything, or you can just tick these boxes so that you can change everything on MetaTrader side. So that will be our conditions. The moment our robot notices a bull candle or a bear candle, we want it to, for the bear spike, for the bearish spike, we want the candle to buy. For the bullish spike, we want the candle to the robot to sell. Then we are going to double click and we are going to go in there and we are going to tell it by how much. We already know, I think boom 1000, the minimum lot sizing is 0.2. Again, you can check that so that you can change it, or that side, MetaTrader 5 side or MetaTrader 4 side, but MetaTrader 5 side if you are using MetaTrader 5. So I'm just showing you how to do this using Fxdreema. If you cannot access the MetaTrader 5 platform of Fxdreema for any reason or the other, then maybe I will do another video using that other EA builder. It's free for MetaTrader 5, so you can also use that. But let me in this video just demonstrate everything on Fxdreema. Then next video I'll demonstrate using it's called what, fxea.com or something like that. So we just tick there, the stop loss will probably be something crazy like 2000 pips, which is around 20,000 points. Take profit. Now you need to have an idea. I think on here we said an average candle. We just picked a candle. It's not an average candle. We just picked a candle. We said about, this is about 38,000. I think this one was about 40. So maybe let's just set everything at 30,000. If we're going to trade boom 1000, let's just say 30,000 points. So it's going to be about 3,000 pips. 3,000 pips, and that's it. We update and we double click here also, and we just change that to 0.2. We can just do that and do this and do this, and again we just set that 2000. I'm hoping that Deriv allows for 2000 pip stop loss, which I assume is 20,000 points. I hope it's a valid stop loss for Deriv. You just confirm these things. Then we say 3,000 pips, which is around 30,000 points. Then that's it, guys. That's it. This is our strategy. This is our strategy. That we identified here. Whether you want to use it on Meta. So basically, we are just going to be trading what one. We are trying to trade only this candle, the first candle. Once we notice a bullish spike, minimum 5 pips, we are going to what, sell. That's what we told our robot here. That's what we are told. When we notice a bull candle, we are going to sell. When we notice a bearish candle, we are going to buy it, because we are trying to catch these we're trying to catch these smaller retracement candles. So you can do that on MetaTrader 5 on M5 time frame, or on the 1 minute. Hopefully it works. Otherwise, maybe you want to, if you're going to trade on the 1 minute, then you definitely just want to have an idea of the minimum candle size, or the average candle size, so that you try to protect yourself. So this is around nearly 9,000 or something like that, 9,000 points. So for if it's 9,000 points, then you probably want to set your robot to only take maybe something like 7 or 6 or 5, so that you don't always have to like tweak the robot. So you just say maybe a rule of thumb, your take profit here, double click. Your take profit here will be about 5,000 points, which is around 500 pips. Or if you are going to be trading the M5 candlestick, then it's going to be maybe, let's say, 20,000 points, which is around 2,000 pips. You decide what you want to do, but otherwise, this is just the robot for trading. That's all you need to, for that strategy that I talked about. Many people have been asking for me to show you how to create a robot for boom and crash, but nobody has been coming forward with a strategy that they want us to actually use to do all this. So if you have a strategy that you are using to trade boom and crash, and you think it works, and you want me to point you in the right direction how you can create your own robot on Fxdreema or on the other EA builder that we have, leave your strategy in the comment section below. Of course, if you think that you don't want people to read about your strategy, or you can just leave out the other important bits, but you just give the idea behind the robot, then I'll try my best to understand what you'll be saying, and I can try my best to show you show you the right direction that you need to take to turn it into a strategy. Then here you can just come and then you say uh, boom and crash bot, and done. And you come here and you download your source code and your executable file. If your robot, if this strategy, this I just demonstrated, I'm not saying this strategy is going to make you money. I just demonstrated how you can do that, how you can create your boom and crash robot. So other than that, I hope you go ahead and test this and see if it works. If it doesn't, but at least I've given you an idea of what you need to be thinking about for creating that boom and crash robot. Otherwise, guys, if you are new on this channel, please consider subscribing so that you don't miss any future videos. Go ahead and like the video. Everything that you might want to know is in the description box below. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.